Hello, I'm Woody Woodman here at Elite Animation Academy, and for Halloween, we're going to be drawing this spooky house over here. So start by just looking at this house as sort of a box. You see? So this is the corner of the box. This is the one side of the house. This is sort of the front of the house. This is sort of so will be the front door. And it's going to have this overhang here. I'm going to add some little sort of decorative, those little railings, or what do you call those, posts? Victorian sort of. This will be the door, see? That's that little door in there. I've added just some of these decorative inside the door. So this is a corner here. So that's a box, and this is a box. And at the top of the box, you have this, the actual roof. So there's the side of that roof. So this line is going back to a vanishing point, and this line is going back to a vanishing point. So all that's basic foundation drawing. This wall, instead of making it straight, I might want to have some fun and make these shingles. You see in the contour? It's kind of a fun, spooky looking, the shingles of that wall. And then I have, this is a railing. There might be some kind of gate, decorative gate. And then there's some little gate around the house. We'll go, let's see, I'll come out a little bit and go around the house with the gate. They could have little skulls on there, so that could be a little skull. So that's what I mean by the perspective. See that? How that's going to a vanishing point, that's going to a vanishing point, this is going to a vanishing point. So I'm always thinking of a three-dimensional volume there. On the top of this, there's this tower that sits back a ways. The roof overlaps the tower, so that's another box. There's a corner of that box, and this line is going back to this vanishing point over here. So it's just basically drawing a series of boxes on top of each other, see? That's a box. Then there's the roof over here. Let's put a roof there. This tower has a pointy roof here. I usually see these type of roofs. You'll see these old, they're flat, and they have these little spiky on the top, right? And this will have some shingles. One side I might make darker than the other when we put the light source in here. This is going to be in dark over here. And so there's the side of that house, These are the boards. The boards of the shingles, not shingles, siding. They go back, see if this goes back to that vantage point, they all go back to that same point. You see that? And this side also has the siding that goes back. This has this iconic round window, and it's got these long windows. They're kind of spooky. Put some siding in there. The boards on the side of the building. This has sort of, again, some kind of shingle. So I just indicate that using some repetition. And then we have this side of the roof, and there'll be shingles over here. And this side, I might change this window a little bit to make it, again, just a different shape. Then we have a couple windows here, long, skinny. It looks like it has some kind of feature. I'm not sure what that does. It just shades the windows. And then we're going to put this siding and bring that into the house. Even if you want to have a board that's, see, it's a little crooked. They're not totally even because the house is old and some of the boards fall off. Maybe I'll put a little window up there. Put one of these are, I don't know what these things are, but the little metal makes the thing look kind of spiky and scary, right? So what you're looking at is the house now it's just a series of boxes. We put some of the siding and the shingles on there. Okay, so it's got basic perspective. Around here you might, some grass, some rocks, like there's a walkway or path to the house. But everything's overgrown with grass, shrubs, shingles. Now we might want to put, again, that moon with some bats, flying around on the outside of the house. Makes sense in a spooky Halloweeny night. And then we're going to put a little value, some tone on here. So if I have the moon over here, I'll probably make this side light, and then the other sides of the house will be going into dark. I can leave a little bit of light, you see, on the shingles. I just leave a little bit of light in there. But in general, I'll put the house like it's a dark house anyway, but I'll get that silhouette. So I just leave a little bit of white here and there. I'll leave the windows with some light in the windows. Like there are people in the house. See? So you can already get a sense of light and shadow. See? Light, shadow, and there's light there and shadow. This light is coming from the window. These lights are coming from the moon. And I want to put some tone in the ground. Just to give my home a little place to live here. Now, I'll put a little more of this light tone to everything except for the highlight areas. So around the moon, that's the main light source here. Leave the roof light where it's catching the moonlight. So it's a spooky night. This is, what do they call this thing? A graphite stick. It feels a lot like a Prismacolor pencil, but it's wide. So you can kind of quickly fill that tone in there. Okay? So that gives you a spooky Halloween house for Halloween. Okay? If you want to get more lessons, please check out our website at Elite Animation Academy, and we'll see you there.